The generic 9-column schedule with subtotals. This schedule is one of 20 that can be inserted into the financial statements template and contains the following features: a maximum of 9 columns, a maximum of 6 sections, unlimited subheadings and subtotals can be inserted, running totals for each section, and a grand total for the schedule. Can be linked to either the balance sheet or the income statement. To insert the schedule, use the button Insert Schedule from Resource Center in the Statement menu. Select any of the numbered schedules from 1 to 20. Check off the checkbox to the left and click OK. To jump directly to the inserted schedule, you can double-click on the entry created in the Statement menu. Only a schedule heading is inserted. You still have to specify a format. Click on this drop-down to select from the formats available. Select Generic 9-column with subtotals. You are then prompted to load column defaults. Click the button to proceed. Once the default column settings are loaded, you can access additional options by opening the Schedule Settings folder. By default, there are 2 sections enabled, which can be increased to a maximum of 6. The total columns are switched off by default. Should you require the total columns, they are controlled using these options: either current or prior period, or both for comparative periods. The budget column is off by default and can be switched on here. You will notice that the grand totals and the running totals are also off by default. The grand totals can be enabled here. Once activated, they appear as indicated at the bottom of the schedule. If you require running totals, you can enable them here. Once enabled, you can specify which sections you wish to include in each running total. Open the section by clicking on this folder icon and select the sections to include using these checkboxes. As each checkbox is checked off, the total from the selected section is displayed. Section 1, Section 2, Section 3, and Section 4. At the top of the schedule, you have the option to start each schedule on a new page or not using this button: Page Break Enabled or Disabled. Currently enabled, and you can see the page break displayed above the schedule. Click the button to disable the page break. Once the page break is disabled, you also have the option to skip the schedule heading if required using this button. You can also opt to display a comparative row at the bottom of the schedule using this button. When set to show, scroll down to the bottom of the schedule and the prior period comparative row is displayed with the default list of descriptions available. This is an input cell, so you are able to enter any text required. Lastly, the schedule can be netted to a number of sections in the main statement template. To select the section you want the schedule to net to, use this drop-down. Here you can select the various sections of the balance sheet or the income statement. If you are using the schedule for information purposes only, select Exclude from Statements. This concludes the quick overview of the generic 9-column with subtotals schedule. Let's quickly recap what we just learned. This is an insertable schedule containing the following features: a maximum of 9 columns, maximum of 6 sections, insertable subheadings and subtotals, running totals for each section, and a grand total for the schedule. It can also be linked to either the balance sheet or the income statement. Caseware should be easy. Visit us at www.jazzit.com to find out how.